The Galactic Empire arrives. The Galactic Empire had always been known for its immense power. For centuries it had swept through the galaxy, conquering planet after planet. No one had ever dared to stand against it. But that was about to change. Earth was a small blue planet in a quiet corner of the galaxy. Most galactic empires saw it as unimportant. They thought Earth was a primitive world with little to offer. But the Galactic Empire saw things differently. They had heard rumors about Earth's resources and the potential it held. The Empire wanted to claim Earth for itself. One day, the Empire's fleet appeared in the sky above Earth. It was a sight that no one had ever seen before. Massive ships, shaped like enormous dark triangles, floated in the space around Earth. These ships were armed with weapons that could destroy entire cities. The Empire's arrival was not subtle. Their fleet was vast, and their intent was clear. They wanted Earth to surrender. The leaders of Earth watched in horror as the Empire's fleet came closer. The news spread quickly, and soon everyone knew what was happening. People looked up at the sky, their faces filled with fear and curiosity. The Empire had sent a message to Earth, demanding that the planet join their empire and provide them with its resources. The message was simple and cold. Submit to the Galactic Empire. Surrender control of your resources. Failure to comply will result in immediate action. The Empire's message was broadcasted across every channel on Earth. It was everywhere on TV screens, radios, and even on the internet. People could not escape the Empire's demand. The Empire believed that Earth would obey, as most planets had done. But Earth was different. The leaders of Earth decided to respond in a way that no one expected. In the United Nations headquarters, Earth's leaders gathered in an emergency meeting. The room was tense as they discussed their options. The Empire had sent a clear threat, and they knew that if they did not act, their world would be in grave danger. The President of Earth, a wise and determined leader, stood up to address the meeting. "We cannot let the Galactic Empire take over our planet," the President said firmly. "We have to show them that we are not afraid. We need to stand up for ourselves no matter what it takes." The leaders agreed. They realized that surrendering was not an option. Earth had fought hard to become what it was, and they would not let an empire take it all away. They decided to make a bold statement to the galaxy. They would not just refuse the Empire's demands, they would declare that Earth was off-limits to them. The next day, Earth's leaders made a historic announcement. The President addressed the entire planet and broadcasted a message to the galaxy. "We, the people of Earth, declare that our planet is closed to the Galactic Empire. We will not allow any ship or force from the Empire to enter our space. We will defend our home with everything we have." The message was clear and powerful. Earth was not going to be intimidated. The announcement was sent to every corner of the galaxy, reaching other planets and civilizations that had been under the Empire's control. The message was a declaration of independence and resistance. The Galactic Empire was taken aback. They had never faced such defiance before. Their leaders were angry and confused. How could a small, seemingly insignificant planet resist their mighty power? They had expected Earth to submit quickly, but instead they had received a challenge. The Empire's high command gathered to discuss their response. The Emperor himself was furious. "How dare they refuse us?" the Emperor roared. "We will make an example of this planet. We will show them what happens to those who defy the Galactic Empire." The Emperor ordered the fleet to prepare for action. They would not take Earth's defiance lightly. The fleet was given the command to move closer and prepare for an invasion. The Empire's ships began to advance toward Earth, their weapons ready and their intentions clear. Back on Earth, the atmosphere was tense. People were both scared and determined. They knew that a fight was coming, but they were ready to defend their world. Scientists and engineers worked around the clock to prepare for the inevitable conflict. The military mobilized its forces, and ordinary citizens began to rally behind their leaders. They were united in their resolve to protect their home. As the Galactic Empire's fleet drew nearer, Earth's defenses were put to the test. The planet was not as defenseless as the Empire had thought. The leaders had secretly been working on advanced technology and strategies. They knew they needed to be prepared for any situation. The stage was set for a confrontation unlike any other. The Galactic Empire, used to swift victories, now faced a planet that refused to bow down. Earth's leaders and its people were ready to defend their home no matter the cost. The battle for Earth was about to begin, and the galaxy was watching. The Empire had underestimated the resolve of the small blue planet, and they would soon find out that Earth was not as easy to conquer as they had assumed. Earth's bold message. The Galactic Empire's fleet hovered ominously above Earth, casting long shadows over the planet. The massive ships, equipped with advanced weaponry and designed for domination, were a terrifying sight. On Earth, people looked up with a mix of fear and determination. The Empire's demand for surrender had been clear: submit or face destruction. But Earth's response was about to surprise everyone. In the heart of the United Nations headquarters, world leaders gathered once again. The atmosphere was charged with urgency. The previous day's announcement had sparked global unity and resolve, but now the leaders faced a new challenge. They needed to communicate their defiance clearly and powerfully, not just to the Galactic Empire, but to the entire galaxy. The President of Earth, a figure of calm strength, addressed the leaders. "We have made our stand. Now we need to make sure the galaxy hears our message loud and clear. We must show them that Earth will not be intimidated." The leaders agreed. They knew that the Galactic Empire was used to crushing opposition swiftly. To prevent that from happening to Earth, they had to be bold and unyielding. A new message was crafted, one that would echo throughout the galaxy and make it clear that Earth was ready to fight for its freedom. The message was carefully prepared and broadcasted across every available channel, television, radio, and even the internet. It was a simple but powerful declaration. To the Galactic Empire and the galaxy at large, Earth is closed to your forces. We refuse to bow to your demands. Any attempt to enter our space will be met with strong resistance. We stand united and we will fight to protect our home. This declaration was not just a statement of defiance, it was a call to action. The leaders wanted to inspire not only their own people, but also other planets that might be watching. They hoped to send a message that Earth was ready to defend itself, and that it would not be easy prey for the Empire. The broadcast was sent to every corner of the galaxy. It reached planets that had long been under the Empire's control, and it caught the attention of many galactic civilizations. Some planets oppressed by the Empire saw Earth's declaration as a beacon of hope. They began to think that maybe, just maybe, they could rise up against their own oppressors. On the Galactic Empire's flagship, the High Command was watching the broadcast. Their faces were grim. The Emperor's anger was palpable. He had not expected this kind of resistance from Earth. "How dare they?" the Emperor fumed. "They think they can defy the Galactic Empire without consequence?" The Empire's leaders quickly convened a meeting to discuss their next move. The Emperor demanded immediate action. "We will crush this rebellion swiftly. Show them that defying us comes with a heavy price." The Empire's fleet began to prepare for an invasion. The ships moved into more aggressive positions, their weapons primed and ready. The Empire's commanders were determined to demonstrate their power and to make an example of Earth. They believed that by crushing Earth's resistance, they would send a message to any other planets thinking of defying the Empire. Back on Earth, the mood was a mix of anxiety and determination. People were nervous about the impending conflict, but they were also resolute. The bold message from their leaders had given them a sense of purpose. They knew that the fight for their freedom was not just about defending their planet, it was about standing up against tyranny. Scientists, engineers, and military personnel worked tirelessly to fortify Earth's defenses. They knew the Empire's fleet was formidable, but they were determined to be ready. The technology they had developed in secret was put. Meanwhile, the news of Earth's defiance spread quickly across the galaxy. Planets that had been previously subdued began to take notice. The idea that a small planet could stand up to the Galactic Empire was inspiring. Some planets that had long been silent started to communicate with each other, discussing their own plans for resistance. In the Galactic Empire's control room, the atmosphere was tense. The High Command was preparing for the worst. They knew that Earth's resistance could lead to a prolonged conflict. The Emperor was determined to break Earth's spirit. But the leaders of Earth were equally determined to fight for their independence. The stage was set for an epic confrontation. Earth had made its stand, and the Galactic Empire was preparing to respond with overwhelming force. The galaxy watched as the two sides prepared for the conflict that would decide Earth's fate. The bold message from Earth had sent ripples through the galaxy, and the outcome of the struggle was uncertain. As Earth's people looked up at the sky, they knew that the coming days would be critical. They had declared their refusal to submit, and now they would have to back up their words with action. The fight for Earth's freedom had begun, and every person on the planet was ready to do their part. The clash with the Galactic Empire was imminent, and the world braced itself for the preparing for battle. With the Galactic Empire's fleet looming just outside Earth's atmosphere, the urgency of preparation became clear. The people of Earth had made their stand, but now they had to turn their bold words into effective action. The planet was on high alert, and every nation had to come together to prepare for the impending battle. In the United Nations headquarters, leaders from around the world worked around the clock. The situation was critical, and every decision mattered. They knew that Earth's survival depended on their ability to organize and execute a comprehensive defense strategy. The President of Earth took the lead, rallying everyone to focus on the common goal, protecting their planet. Scientists and engineers were called to the forefront. They had been working secretly on advanced technologies, and now their creations were about to be tested. Massive teams of experts gathered in high-tech labs, making final adjustments to their inventions. The key to their defense was a new type of energy shield designed to block the Empire's powerful weapons. This shield was Earth's secret weapon, and its effectiveness was crucial. In military bases around the world, troops prepared for combat. Soldiers practiced drills and simulated battles, honing their skills and ensuring they were ready for any scenario. They were equipped with the latest technology and weapons, including laser-guided missiles and energy-based rifles. The military leaders coordinated their plans to make sure that every unit knew their role in the upcoming fight. Coordination was essential. A single misstep could lead to disaster. The air was thick with a sense of purpose. Ordinary citizens, too, were involved in the preparations. Volunteers worked tirelessly to support the military and emergency services. They helped with tasks ranging from building fortifications to distributing supplies. Everyone had a role to play, and their commitment was evident in their tireless efforts. Meanwhile, in underground bunkers and hidden command centers, strategists worked on plans to outsmart the Empire. They analyzed the Empire's previous attacks on other planets and looked for patterns in their tactics. By understanding how the Empire operated, Earth's leaders hoped to anticipate their moves and counter them effectively. The planning was intense and detailed, focusing on everything from potential attack routes to ways to disrupt the Empire's communications. The sense of urgency was palpable as the days passed. Earth's leaders knew that the Empire's fleet would not remain in position forever. They anticipated that the Empire would launch an attack as soon as they were ready. To stay ahead, Earth had to be prepared for any type of assault. The defense strategy included not only direct combat, but also methods to protect key infrastructure and civilian areas. One of the most crucial aspects of the preparation was the training of civilian defense units. These units, made up of volunteers from various walks of life, were trained to assist in the defense of their communities. They learned how to operate emergency equipment, provide first aid, and support the military. The training was rigorous, but it gave people a sense of empowerment and readiness. In the midst of the preparations, news of Earth's readiness spread to the galaxy. Other planets, some of which had long been oppressed by the Galactic Empire, watched with interest. Many began to reconsider their own positions, and some even offered support to Earth. They provided intelligence and resources that could help Earth in its defense. The idea that a small planet could stand up to the Empire was inspiring and gave hope to others who had suffered under the Empire's rule. As Earth's defenses were fortified, the Galactic Empire's high command continued to prepare for their attack. They were confident in their superior technology and firepower. The Empire's leaders underestimated Earth's resolve and believed that a quick strike would be enough to force Earth's submission. Their confidence was a potential weakness that Earth's strategists hoped to exploit. The final days before the expected attack were filled with a mixture of anticipation and tension. Earth's leaders and citizens knew that the real test was about to begin. Every person, from the highest-ranking official to the youngest volunteer, was ready to face the Empire's assault. The sense of unity and determination was strong, and it was clear that Earth would not back down without a fight. In the end, the preparations were more than just physical. They were also a test of Earth's spirit. The people had come together to defend their home, and their preparation was a testament to their resilience and courage. As the Empire's fleet drew closer, Earth stood ready, knowing that the battle for their freedom was about to begin. The Empire's attack, the day that everyone had been preparing for, had finally arrived. The Galactic Empire's fleet loomed in the sky above Earth, a dark and imposing force. The immense ships, each bristling with weapons, were a constant reminder of the challenge that lay ahead. Earth was ready, but the tension was palpable as the moment of confrontation approached. In the United Nations headquarters, the atmosphere was charged with anxiety and anticipation. The President of Earth and other world leaders watched nervously as the Empire's fleet moved into position. The final preparations had been made, and now all that remained was to see how well Earth's defenses would hold up against the Empire's assault. The first sign of the attack came as the Empire's ships began to fire their weapons. Bright beams of energy shot down from the ships, targeting key cities and military bases on Earth. The energy shields, which had been a crucial part of Earth's defense strategy, were activated. The shields glowed brightly as they absorbed the Empire's energy blasts, protecting the cities and structures beneath them. The shield technology was holding up, but it was clear that the battle had begun in earnest. The Empire's fleet was relentless, continuously bombarding Earth's defenses with a barrage of energy weapons. The explosions and flashes of light from the attacks lit up the sky, creating a dramatic and intense scene. On the ground, Earth's military and civilian defense units sprang into action. Soldiers manned their positions, firing back at the Empire's ships with advanced weapons. Missiles streaked through the sky, aimed at the enemy vessels. Despite their best efforts, the Empire's ships were formidable, and their advanced technology made them difficult targets. The military command centers were filled with activity as officers coordinated the defense efforts. They used every resource available to them, including ground-based laser cannons and anti-aircraft missiles. The battle was fierce, and each side fought with determination and skill. The outcome of the battle was uncertain, and every moment was critical. In the midst of the chaos, Earth's scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to support the defense efforts. They monitored the energy shields and made adjustments as needed. They also developed countermeasures to disrupt the Empire's attacks, hoping to gain an advantage in the ongoing struggle. As the battle raged on, the citizens of Earth faced the reality of war. Many were forced to evacuate their homes and seek shelter in safe areas. The sense of unity and resilience was strong, and people supported each other as best they could. Emergency services worked around the clock, providing aid to those affected by the attacks and coordinating evacuations. The Empire's High Command, observing the battle from their flagship, was both frustrated and determined. The resistance from Earth was stronger than they had anticipated. The Empire's leaders were furious that their initial bombardment had not brought a swift surrender. They ordered their fleet to intensify the attack, deploying additional forces and more powerful weapons. The battle took a new turn as the Empire's ships unleashed a new type of weapon. This weapon was designed to penetrate the energy shields and cause significant damage. The new attacks targeted critical infrastructure, including power plants and communication hubs. The goal was to weaken Earth's ability to fight back and force a quicker surrender. Earth's defense forces faced this new threat head-on. They concentrated their efforts on protecting the most critical areas and worked to repair and reinforce their energy shields. The military's response was quick and coordinated. They deployed additional resources and adjusted their tactics to counter the Empire's new strategy. In the control rooms, the tension was immense. The leaders and strategists monitored every development, making real-time decisions to adapt to the changing situation. They knew that the battle was far from over and that they needed to stay focused and adaptable. As the battle continued, the Empire's attack began to show signs of strain. The relentless resistance from Earth had taken a toll on the Empire's forces. Their ships were damaged and their resources were stretched thin. The Empire's High Command, realizing that their initial strategy was not working as planned, began to consider alternative approaches. Despite the intensity of the attack, Earth's defenders remained resolute. They had prepared for this moment, and their resolve was unwavering. The energy shields continued to protect key areas, and the military forces fought bravely against the Empire's onslaught. The battle was proving to be a grueling test of endurance for both sides. The conflict continued to unfold, and the outcome remained uncertain. The Galactic Empire had underestimated Earth's ability to resist, and the battle was far from over. As the day turned into night, the fight for Earth's survival continued. The people of Earth stood strong, united in their determination to protect their planet from the formidable Empire. The Empire's attack had set the stage for a prolonged and fierce struggle. Earth had shown that it was not an easy target, and the battle was far from decided. The confrontation between Earth and the Galactic Empire was a test of courage, resilience, and strength. As the conflict raged on, both sides prepared for what would come next in this epic struggle for the fate of the planet. Earth's secret weapon. As the battle with the Galactic Empire continued to escalate, Earth's leaders knew they needed a decisive advantage. The energy shields were holding, but they weren't enough to turn the tide of the war. It was time to deploy their secret weapon, a technology that had been developed in secrecy and was about to be put to the ultimate test. Deep underground in a high-security facility, scientists and engineers worked with intense focus. This facility housed Earth's most advanced technology, a project that had been in development for years. The weapon, known only to a select few, was designed to disrupt and disable the Empire's ships from the inside out. Its purpose was to turn the tide of the battle and give Earth a fighting chance. The weapon was based on a new type of electromagnetic pulse, EMP technology. Unlike conventional EMPs, which only temporarily disable electronic systems, this weapon was designed to create a sustained disruption. It would target the critical systems of the Empire's ships, causing them to malfunction and become inoperable. The EMP pulses were designed to penetrate the shields of the Empire's vessels, hitting their core systems directly. As the Empire's assault continued, the scientists and engineers prepared the weapon for deployment. It was a tense moment. The weapon had never been used in a real battle before, and its success was uncertain. The team was fully aware of the risks and the stakes. If the weapon failed, it could mean the end for Earth. If it succeeded, it could shift the balance of power in their favor. The weapon was transported to a high-altitude drone, specially modified to carry and deploy it. The drone was equipped with stealth technology to avoid detection by the Empire's ships. The plan was to fly the drone into the heart of the Empire's fleet and release the EMP weapon at the optimal moment. It was a risky operation, but it was Earth's best chance to turn the tide. As the drone prepared for its mission, the military command center coordinated the operation with precision. They monitored the movements of the Empire's fleet and calculated the best time to launch the attack. The goal was to maximize the weapon's impact while minimizing the risk to the pilots and technical experts remained focused and calm. They knew that their mission was crucial and that every second counted. The drone approached the Empire's flagship, the largest and most heavily armed vessel in the fleet. This ship was the command center for the Empire's attack, and disabling it would have a significant impact on the enemy's operations. As the drone got closer, it had to navigate through the intense defensive fire from the Empire's ships. The crew of the drone guided it through the chaos with skill and determination. They avoided incoming missiles and energy blasts, maneuvering with precision to stay on course. The drone's stealth technology allowed it to slip through the Empire's defenses undetected, and it closed in on the flagship. At the critical moment, the EMP weapon was released. The drone's systems activated the weapon, sending out a powerful pulse that swept through the Empire's fleet. The pulse was designed to penetrate the energy shields and disrupt the core systems of the enemy ships. The effect was immediate and dramatic. The Empire's flagship and several other ships began to experience severe malfunctions. Control systems failed, energy cores flickered, and weapon systems went offline. The once formidable fleet was thrown into chaos. Ships collided with each other as their systems failed, and the Empire's attack was suddenly thrown into disarray. The impact of the EMP weapon was felt throughout the fleet. The Empire's high command, watching from their command center, was stunned. The disruption was far greater than they had anticipated. The sudden loss of control over their ships was a severe blow to their plans. They scrambled to assess the damage and regain control, but the damage had been done. Back on Earth, the military command center erupted in cheers. The success of the EMP weapon was a turning point in the battle. The disruption caused by the weapon had significantly weakened the Empire's assault. Earth's defenders took advantage of the opportunity, launching a counteroffensive against the now disoriented fleet. With the Empire's ships in disarray, Earth's forces pressed their advantage. They launched coordinated attacks, targeting the disabled ships and pushing the Empire's fleet back. The battle had shifted, and Earth was now on the offensive. The tide of the war had turned, and the once unstoppable Galactic Empire was now facing a formidable resistance. The EMP weapon had proven to be a game-changer. It had given Earth the upper hand and had demonstrated the power of human ingenuity and determination. The battle was far from over, but Earth's success with their secret weapon had reinvigorated their forces and given them hope for a future free from the Empire's tyranny. As the conflict continued, Earth's leaders and citizens remained vigilant. They knew that the Empire would not give up easily, and that the battle for their planet was far from over. But the success of the EMP weapon had shown them that they had the strength and resolve to fight back and defend their home. The fight for Earth's freedom was still ongoing, but the turning point had been reached, and the future of the planet looked a little brighter. Hope. Across the galaxy, as Earth's victory with their secret weapon began to reshape the battle. The effects of the Galactic Empire's setbacks rippled across the galaxy. The news of Earth's unexpected resilience and their successful defense spread quickly, reaching planets and civilizations that had long suffered under the Empire's rule. Hope began to stir in places that had known only oppression for too long. On the distant planet of Zephyria, a world known for its vast deserts and ancient cities, the leaders gathered in their council chamber. They had been closely monitoring the conflict, and the reports of Earth's triumph were met with astonished excitement. Zephyrians had endured years of harsh rule under the Empire, and had always dreamed of a day when they could rise against their oppressors. Now, that dream seemed closer than ever. The Zephyrian Council, inspired by Earth's bravery, began to discuss how they could support Earth in this struggle. They sent covert messages to Earth, offering intelligence and supplies. Zephyrian engineers, who had been working on advanced propulsion technology, shared their knowledge to help Earth's forces improve their fleet's maneuverability. This act of solidarity was a beacon of hope for both Zephyria and Earth. Meanwhile, on the planet of Thalassia, an oceanic world with towering underwater cities, the message of Earth's success reached the central command of the Thalassian resistance. The Thalassians, who had been quietly preparing for an uprising against the Empire, were reinvigorated by Earth's victory. They saw Earth's resilience as proof that the Empire could be defeated. The Thalassian leader, a wise and respected figure, called for a meeting. Resistance groups to plan their coordinated efforts. In the core systems of the Empire, the news of their fleet's defeat caused a significant blow to morale. The Empire's high command struggled to maintain control as their losses mounted. Reports from their spies and informants indicated that various planets were beginning to stir against them. The Empire's grip was weakening, and the unrest was spreading. On the planet of Orcs, a mining world known for its harsh conditions and tough inhabitants, the miners received word of Earth's defense and the Empire's failure. For years, Orcs had been exploited for its resources and its people subjected to brutal conditions. The miners, once fearful of speaking out, began to organize and plan their revolt. They were inspired by the news that even the mighty Galactic Empire could be challenged and defeated. As the rebellion grew, the Empire's once unshakable control began to fracture. The planets under their rule, once silenced by fear, found their voices and their courage. Secret alliances formed and resistance movements gained momentum. Earth's fight had become a symbol of hope, uniting disparate worlds in their shared desire for freedom. Back on Earth, the leaders were aware of the shifting tides. They had expected that their victory with the EMP weapon would inspire others, but the scale of the response was even greater than they had anticipated. The support from across the galaxy was a testament to Earth's impact on the broader struggle against the Empire. Earth's diplomatic channels worked tirelessly to coordinate with the new allies, sharing strategies and resources to support their collective effort. The arrival of supplies and reinforcements from allied planets provided a much-needed boost to Earth's forces. The newly acquired technology and intelligence helped to strengthen Earth's defenses and enhance their offensive capabilities. Earth's military leaders welcomed the support, recognizing that the fight against the Empire was far from over and that their new allies would be crucial in the battles to come. In the midst of this growing alliance, Earth's citizens continued to show remarkable resilience. The war had brought challenges and sacrifices, but the shared struggle had united people from all walks of life. The sense of purpose and camaraderie was stronger than ever, and Earth's determination to protect their home and support their allies was unwavering. The Galactic Empire, once confident in their invincibility, now faced a coalition of planets united in their desire for freedom. The strength of this alliance, fueled by Earth's unexpected victory and the hope it inspired, was a force to be reckoned with. The balance of power had shifted, and the Empire's once unquestioned dominance was now being challenged on multiple fronts. As Earth continued to coordinate with their newfound allies, they prepared for the next phase of the conflict. The battle for freedom was far from over, but the unity and determination of the coalition offered a glimmer of hope for a brighter future. The struggle against the Galactic Empire was now a galaxy-wide endeavor, and Earth's role as a catalyst for change had set the stage for a new era of resistance and hope. In the end, Earth's fight was not just for their own survival, but for the liberation of countless worlds. The spark of hope ignited by their courage and resilience had spread across the galaxy, and the quest for freedom had become a shared mission for all those who yearned for a brighter, more just universe. The battle against the Galactic Empire was a symbol of the enduring strength of those who dared to stand up for their rights and fight for a better future. The final victory. The galaxy was a swirl of chaos and hope as the final battle against the Galactic Empire approached. Earth and its newfound allies had managed to gather a formidable force, ready to deliver the decisive blow that could end the Empire's reign of tyranny. The anticipation was palpable as the coalition forces prepared for what would be the most critical confrontation of the war. In the command center of Earth's military headquarters, the atmosphere was a mix of tension and resolve. Leaders from Earth and their allied planets, including Zephyria, Thalassia, and Oros, gathered to finalize their strategy. They had spent weeks planning this moment, coordinating their forces and sharing intelligence. The goal was clear: to launch a coordinated assault that would cripple the Empire's ability to fight back and secure a lasting peace. The plan was to strike at the heart of the Empire's power, targeting their central command ship and key supply depots. The attack would be a multi-pronged assault, involving a combination of space battles and ground operations. Each allied planet had contributed their best troops and technology to the effort. Earth's military was ready, and the combined strength of the coalition was poised to make history. As the fleets assembled and the final preparations were made, the mood was determined but solemn. Each side knew that this battle would determine the future of the galaxy. The soldiers, pilots, and commanders were prepared for the fight of their lives. The courage and unity displayed by the coalition forces were a testament to the strength of their shared cause. The attack began with a series of precise, coordinated strikes. Earth's space fleets, equipped with advanced weaponry and bolstered by the support from their allies, launched a barrage of missiles and energy beams at the Empire's central command ship. The ship, a massive and imposing vessel, was the nerve center of the Empire's operations. Taking it down would cripple the Empire's ability to coordinate their forces. The Empire's defenses were formidable, but they were caught off guard by the intensity and coordination of the coalition's assault. The combined firepower of the Allied fleets overwhelmed the Empire's defenses. Explosions rocked the central command ship as it took heavy damage. The Empire's leaders, struggling to maintain control, ordered a desperate counterattack, but their efforts were hampered by the relentless assault from Earth and its allies. On the ground, the coalition forces launched their assault on the Empire's key supply depots and military installations. The goal was to cut off the Empire's supply lines and disrupt their operations. The battles were fierce, with soldiers from all allied planets fighting side by side. The combined strength and determination of the coalition forces proved to be a powerful force against the Empire's troops. The ground battles were intense, with each side fighting for control of strategic locations. The Empire's troops, though well-trained and heavily armed, were struggling against the united front of the coalition forces. The determination and bravery of the Allied soldiers were evident as they pushed forward, capturing key positions and securing vital resources. As the Central Command ship took more damage, the Empire's leadership realized that their situation was dire. The loss of their command vessel had a significant impact on their ability to coordinate their forces. Confusion and disarray spread through the Empire's ranks as their command structure crumbled. With their command ship in ruins and their supply lines cut off, the Empire's forces were in disarray. The final stages of the battle saw the Allied forces pressing their advantage. The once mighty Empire was now on the defensive, struggling to respond to the relentless onslaught of their enemies. In the heart of the battle, the leaders of the coalition forces pressed forward with unwavering determination. They coordinated the final push to ensure that the Empire's forces would not be able to regroup or counterattack. The fighting was fierce, but the momentum was clearly on the side of the coalition. As the battle drew to a close, the remaining Empire forces were forced to surrender. The Central Command ship, now a burning wreck, symbolized the end of the Empire's dominance. The coalition's victory was complete, and the galaxy was on the brink of a new era. The celebrations began as news of the Empire's defeat spread. The people of Earth, along with their allies, rejoiced at the hard-won victory. The galaxy, once oppressed and divided, now looked forward to a future of freedom and peace. The sacrifice and bravery of countless individuals had led to the end of an era of tyranny. In the aftermath of the battle, the leaders of the coalition forces came together to discuss the future. They pledged to work together to rebuild and ensure that the mistakes of the past would not be repeated. The alliance that had formed during the war would continue to be a force for good, working to promote peace and cooperation among the planets. The final victory over the Galactic Empire was a testament to the power of unity and resilience. The galaxy had been forever changed by the courage and determination of those who had fought for their freedom. Earth and its allies had shown that even the greatest of tyrannies could be overcome when people stood together and fought for what was right. As the galaxy looked to the future, the legacy of the battle against the Galactic Empire would serve as a reminder of the strength that comes from solidarity and the enduring hope for a better world. The fight for freedom had been won, and a new chapter in the galaxy's history was about to begin.